Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard here. Very exciting day today because I have my very first Wi-Fi battle here on Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So I am really pumped up about this. I've mentioned many times that I am a big fan of Generation 4 and I was very much looking forward to these remakes. So the meta and competitive Pokemon has changed drastically due to the different kinds of Pokemon that are available in this game that were not available in Sword and Shield and vice versa. So here is my team. As you can see, it is a modified version of my in-game team here from the story mode on BDSP. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So the battle is going to be against DmgGodz, it looks like. So, you can see my team here. We have some returning faces. We have the Snorlax, which I've used on a couple of different battle series. We have the Infernape and the Roserade, which we have not seen since, I think, all the way back in ORAS Generation 6, so quite a long time ago. And then new Pokemon that I have never used before, we have the Aerodactyl, the Mew, and yes, the Palkia. So, as I mentioned, it is a modified version of my in-game team. Not really playing tiers to start off here, just trying to have some fun. So, that being said, the opponent's team looks to be very strong and well-balanced. So, what do I want to lead with is the question, and I think it's going to have to be the Mew, actually. So, we'll go ahead and see how that works out. Very excited to get back into some Wi-Fi battling here. So, we'll see how it goes. He's going to go ahead and lead with the Regirock. So, that is not terrible for me, I guess, with my Mew, Catherine. So, he's probably just going to want to set hazards early, I think. So I think we're just going to go Aura Sphere on this thing right out of the gate. So we do outspeed it, of course, going to hit it with that. We are max special attack, and that is going to do about exactly half to this thing, so that's good. He's going to go ahead and get the Stealth Rock entry hazard set up right away as predicted. And then he is going to go ahead and regain some HP with the leftovers. So based on that damage output from the first shot, it's going to be really close as to whether or not another one's going to be able to take him out. But I think we're just going to go for it again, honestly, and see what happens. He could switch out, but maybe he'll stay in. And indeed, he is going to switch out. Okay. So he is going to want to come in with the Frost Slash. So that is unfortunate. So yeah, Aura Sphere not going to do anything to that, so that kind of sucks for us. I think at this point we just want to go ahead and... Not sure, actually, because this thing could set hazards as well. Mew is my hazard remover. So I think I just want to Psychic, actually. Get some damage on this thing, see how much it does. So we're just going to do that. And we'll see what he wants to do. And so he's going to Will-O-Wisp. Okay, that's interesting. So that is going to burn my Mew. That is fine because I do have the Synchronize. So that is going to in turn burn the Frost Slash, which is fine. And I'm going to hit this thing with a Psychic, see how much damage I can get. And I'll take it all the way down to about a quarter, but then Cursed Body going to activate to disable my Psychic. So that kind of sucks. But it kind of is what it is. We're both going to take damage from the burn there. So I think this turn, we're actually just going to go ahead and defog to get that Stealth Rock off the board. Don't really need to be dealing with that. He's going to go Destiny Bond. I was kind of predicting that, actually. So he was trying to take me down if I made him faint. But that's not going to work since I am going to go defog. And we are going to get those Stealth Rocks off the board, which is definitely good for us. And then we are going to regain some HP here with the leftovers. And then we're both going to take some more burn damage here. So I think this time around The only move we haven't shown him here is Volt Switch. So I think we're probably just going to go ahead and click that. If he Destiny Bonds, he Destiny Bonds. But we're just going to go ahead and do that. Don't really have any better plays at the moment for this thing. So he is definitely thinking about this one. And we'll see what he wants to do. Definitely taking his time with this. And so he's going to Icy Wind. Okay. So that's not bad for us. He's going to chip us a little bit and lower the speed. No big deal. And then we are going to Volt Switch on this thing in return. And that'll definitely be enough to take that thing out from that range. So I was going to go ahead and knock him down to 5 Pokemon, which is good for us. And we do get the pivot. The only bad thing about that is he's going to be able to bring in a matchup that he wants on whatever we bring in. So I think we're actually going to go Roserade here. So we could potentially set some Toxic Spikes up, or potentially scare him from trying to bring that Regirock back in to reset his hazards. So we'll see what he wants to do here. And so he's going to go ahead and come in with the Scissor. Okay, so that's not great for us. Yeah, it could definitely be no good. I will say I don't like how you can't view the opponent's team at any point like you could in the last game. I think we're just going to go ahead and Toxic Spike here, actually. Go ahead and get a hazard set up, because why not? So we're going to get that layer of Toxic Spikes up on him, which is good. And he's going to Swords Dance, which is not good. Kind of as predicted. So he's going to get an attack increase, Sharp, which is not good. So we're probably going to have to give this thing something, unfortunately, but he could definitely Swords Dance again if we do switch out, I should say. So I think we're just going to Shadow Ball just in case he doesn't attack, and he is going to attack with Bullet Punch, and it is not quite enough to take us out, fortunately. So we're going to go ahead and Shadow Ball this thing in return, and that is going to take it down by a little less than half. With a critical hit, actually, so that's not much at all. We are going to regain some HP from the leftovers, and it looks like he's also going to regain some HP with the leftovers. So we're max special attack, so this thing must be maximally defensive. We can't take another Bullet Punch, which sucks, but I don't really want to risk a switch at this point, so I think we just have to stay in and go Shadow Ball again, so that's what we're going to do. And so he looks like he goes for another Swords Dance, actually, so that's not great. So we do get the Shadow Ball. Oh no, he's going to Roost. Okay, that's even worse, actually. So that's going to give him most of his HP back, so that's not good at all. And then, yeah, we're going to get some HP back with the leftovers, and so is he. So yeah, it's definitely not good. So I think we probably just have to stay the course here and keep on Shadow Balling, so that's what we're going to do. And so he's going to continue to try to Roost up, unfortunately. So the next Shadow Ball drops him to about half. No, he's actually going to Swords Dance again. So that's pretty bad, actually, for us. So he's at +4 right now, which is actually pretty bad. So we do get some more HP back with the leftovers, so does he. So this is actually not good. So I think I'm actually going to make a prediction here, and I'm going to predict that he's going to want to either Roost or Swords Dance again. So I think we're actually going to try to switch into the Infernape here. So make a little bit of a risk, see if it pays off. So there is the Infernape. And he is going to roost again. Okay, so that's kind of what I figured. So that's going to put it back up to full, which sucks. But he's sitting at +4. I don't know if a +4 bullet punch can take us out. We do resist it, but I guess we're going to find out because we're just going to click Flare Blitz here. And we'll see what he wants to do. And he is going to bullet punch, so +4 is not enough to take us out, thankfully. Drops us to about 1/3, and we go for the Flare Blitz in return. And that is going to one-shot that scissor for sure. So that's one huge threat out of the way. That's going to take that out and drop him down to 4. And we just barely survive that. Actually, we don't survive. We survive the recoil, but we do not survive the Life Orb damage. So that's going to get rid of our Infernape, dropping us to 5. But definitely a necessary sacrifice there. So I think we are actually going to come back in with the Roserade then. I think that is probably the best case scenario right now. Okay. So it is a double down, so it is going to be a blind switch in here. So there's the Roserade for us. And for him, it's going to be the Umbreon. So he is going to get poisoned off the Toxic Spikes, which is good. So I think we're just going to go ahead and Giga Drain here to try and get some HP back off this thing. See how much we can get. So we do outspeed, that's good. And that is not going to do too much to that thing, unfortunately. So he's going to go Foul Play in return. And that is going to take us down to about 1/4. And then we do get some more HP back with the leftovers. And he's also going to get some HP back with the leftovers and then take some poison damage. So I think, honestly, we probably just have to go at this point. We have to try and damage this thing as much as possible. So I think we're just going to Sludge Bomb, actually. And see how much we can get. That'll take him a little below half. He's going to Confuse Ray in return. Okay. So that's not great. So we do get the leftovers HP back once again. And then he also gets the HP back from the leftovers. And then he is going to take the poison damage. So I think after the poison damage, it's going to be pretty close, but I think another Sludge Bomb can take him out as long as we don't get fully confused. So we're just going to go for that and hope for the best. And hopefully it works out. So here we go. And thank God we do not get fully confused, but the Sludge Bomb is not quite enough to take it out. That sucks. So there we actually get an epic 1 HP survive off the Foul Play, which is nice. We're both going to get some HP back from the leftovers. And is the poison damage going to be enough to take him out? We're going to find out. I don't think it is. And okay, it actually is. So that's pretty sweet. So that is going to get rid of that Umbreon. That is a big wall out of the way. That's going to knock him down to 3. So that is pretty awesome for us. So he's going to go ahead and come in with the Starmie. So he is going to get the poison, which is nice for us once again. So we're just going to stay in and Giga Drain here. No reason to try and make any bold switches. So he is just going to outspeed us and take us out with the Ice Beam. But Roserade definitely putting in work in this one. That is going to drop us down to 4 Pokemon, as he does take some Life Orb damage and poison damage as well. So I think at this point we're going to want to go ahead and come in with the Snorlax, actually. So that is what we're going to do to face this thing down. So we're just going to go ahead and click Crunch here. He could try to switch, but he is running low on options, so I don't know if he really wants to bring anything in on a crunch, but we'll find out. So he is going to stay in here, and he's going to go Scald. So that's not going to do too much damage. Thankfully, we don't get burned. He takes some Life Orb damage there, and then we are going to crunch in return, and that is going to be enough to get rid of that Starmie outright, which is great for us. That's going to drop him down to, I believe, 2 Pokemon, and then we are going to regain some HP there with the leftovers. So in pretty solid shape, which is pretty nice. So we'll see what he wants to bring in. He's definitely running low on options, as I mentioned. Still wish you could see the Pokemon screen at any point. That is definitely one drag that I'm feeling so far in the Wi-Fi battle here. So he is going to come back in with the Regirock. And he is going to get poisoned, of course, from the toxic spikes. So I think we're going to just go ahead and stay in and Earthquake this thing. No reason not to at this point. And we'll see what he wants to do. So he's going to go ahead and Thunder Wave, so that's interesting. He's going to paralyze us, which is not great, but it is what it is. And we don't get full power at turn 1, which is nice. Earthquake incoming is going to knock this thing to about 1/4, which is good. So we are both going to then regain more HP from the leftovers. And then he is going to take the poison damage after the fact. So that'll take off a little more than what the leftovers heals. So I think there's just no reason to not stay in and just go for an Earthquake one more time here. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll see what he wants to do in response. And so he's, of course, going to outspeed. He's just going to Stealth Rock again. Not 100% sure why. Pretty late game for that. But he does get that hazard up. Fortunately, no full power again. And another Earthquake will take care of the Regirock there, which is awesome. So that is going to knock him down to, I believe, just 1 Pokemon, as we do regain more HP with the leftovers. So he is going to go ahead and come in with the Gyarados. Okay, so that's the last one, it looks like. So I don't think there's any reason to switch out once again. I think we're actually just going to go ahead and yawn on this thing to try and play the long game here. So Dragon Dance, kind of figured that was coming. So he's going to go ahead and get that attack and speed increase, maybe trying to set up for a reverse sweep here, which is the one thing that could do us in. But we are going to get the yawn on this thing. So that's good. He's got nowhere to go because he has nothing else to switch out, so he's definitely going to fall asleep next turn. We do regain some more HP with the leftovers. So I think we're going to actually, knowing that he's going to fall asleep next turn, I think we're just going to go ahead and switch into the Mew. And time is running low, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and switch into the Mew, since I think that's the only electric attack we're packing. So we're going to take the Stealth Rock damage, and he's going to go ahead and Dragon Dance again, so that's fine. So he's going to get another attack and speed increase, and we are going to regain some HP with the leftovers and take some burn damage. So many things that eat up that oh so small 20-minute timer, which is still present, and then he's going to go to sleep. And it looks like he's going to Rage Quit, actually. Cool. Awesome. that is what I like to see out of my first battle here on Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. A good old-fashioned rage quit. Cool. So, yeah, we're going to, you know what? We're going to count that just because my voice is in rough shape, as you guys could probably hear. So, and I don't want to have to do all those intros again on another video. So we're going to take we're going to call that a 4-1 victory over DmgGodz. I guess he wasn't as godly as he thought he was. Couldn't hang with the likes of my Pokemon. But yeah, it is what it is. So, still a good match nonetheless, despite the poor sportsmanship on my opponent's part. But yeah, it is a new era here in Wi-Fi battling in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl BDSP. I am very much looking forward to having more Wi-Fi battles here. Making teams might be slow going, as I mentioned previously, but I am going to keep going with them and hopefully have a good time, and hopefully you guys will have a good time too. So that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it, and we'll see you next time.